Hey everybody, welcome back to another of our evidence review videos.
So what are your
this time we are once again going back to Adams State University, though we were lucky enough to actually investigate a separate building than we did the previous two times. Those two times we were investigating Richardson Hall, and this time we were investigating Conour Hall. These used to be old dormitories, and I believe that they are still used today just for guests and stuff. If they have big events, probably like an orientation, just to house people, different guests when they're on campus. In fact, the last time we were there to investigate Richardson Hall, we had actually stayed there, thanks to Jordan setting that one up, and it was really quite neat this time, not only to investigate a different building, but to have a 3-story building all to ourselves and a really nice apartment place for us to stay on campus while we were there. So a big thank you to Gavin, who set all of this up, and a thank you to the paranormal group at Adams State for inviting us back down once again. Now today you will hear from myself, my brother Colin, and Sam. The three of us were the ones on the investigation, so we'll tell you kind of our personal experiences, and then we'll show you a little bit of footage and then kind of explain what happened this time. And yeah, let's get started. Yeah, so as I kind of mentioned earlier in the intro, we did actually spend the night at Conour Hall the previous time we had gone to Adams State. And so I know Sam really wanted to set up one of the DVR cameras in the room that he had. Spent the night the last time just because he did kind of feel kind of weird in that room, and so that was one place we set up. And I know kind of in our initial walkthrough, Gavin's brother had experienced something strange. He said there was something like it looked like it peeked out of a room, like somebody had kind of looked out and back in. And so again, that was another place that we had designated an X camera. Now, as for my personal experiences, it was kind of weird. I know there's like this Halloween doll, haunted doll kind of thing, and there's some stories abounding about it. And so we wanted to put it in one of the rooms with the DVR so you could watch it. And I know when we were taking it down, and it was probably like 3:34, still pretty midday. It was kind of windy. There were storms rolling in, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, I took that doll from the 3rd floor like storage room, which had a DVR, to the 1st floor DVR room where Gavin's brother had actually seen something peek out. I don't know, my hand just kind of felt weird holding the doll, but nothing too out of the ordinary. But it was kind of weird, and maybe just a coincidence that once I entered the room with the doll and put it on the desk where it would be, wind came up right on just that window, and all the leaves were like rustling around. But again, just coincidences kind of setting the vibe, I suppose. As far as like once the investigation started, I really didn't feel too much this time. It was a very different feel than the Richardson Hall ones for me personally. I know the actual paranormal group from Adams State had a different experience and said that they felt that this building actually had more experiences for them. I think that could be for a whole host of different reasons. Maybe the spirit that is there is a spirit of a former student and feels more comfortable with the paranormal group since they are all students of Adams State University. And I think that is kind of when the activity picked up, was when myself, Colin, and Sam went outside, and we kind of just walked around the campus seeing if we could get any feels, because that whole area kind of has a lot of paranormal history. That just whole region of Colorado, from Alamosa to Mosca to from the college to the sand dunes to UFO Watchtower, there's just a whole host of stories. And so we thought, hey, let's let them kind of have their time. Maybe it'll pick up for them, because we weren't really feeling too much. And I think it did kind of work out well in that kind of sense. Not maybe me and Colin and Sam didn't experience anything, but I know the group there said that they were experiencing some stuff. And so that was very exciting for us to have them being able to interact with something. They were getting some reactions with some of the devices. There was like the e-pod the lights would go off and kind of like that stuff when they were asking questions. And we could definitely hear something happening with like Gavin's voice during like that question, especially when listening on the EVP. Though we didn't capture any EVPs like on that, we did at least hear like his voice, and going from like his calm demeanor to kind of more serious and then kind of sounding drained. But yeah, I mean, I would say that was kind of it for the investigation. We did let the cameras roll for the rest of the night. You know, no one else could get into that building, so we just left the cameras up, and we figured we'd break it down in the morning. And I know, because we were in an apartment that's kind of adjoined to this dormitory, Conour. It has like a walkway into like a common area, like game room, and then our like apartment area. And I know all three of us at one point of the night, and we were really tired that night, so I don't know what time it was. Like, none of us really went out to investigate it, but we thought we did hear at least the sounds of, it definitely sounded like doors were being opened or closed. And you know, we were hoping on the DVR we would capture something, and unfortunately we didn't see anything opening or closing, so we're not quite sure where the door sounds were coming from, but we definitely heard those while we were staying there.
Howdy, Culz Paranormal. My name's Colin. I'm here to kind of give my recollection of what happened at Adams State in Conour Hall. First of all, I want to thank Adams State and the ghost hunting team that actually brought us back, because that was amazing. We had a 3-story dormitory to ourselves and kind of like an offshoot little like hangout room, and I thought that was really cool. We got a whole building to ourselves. That was awesome. At the beginning of the night, I did start feeling strange. Kind of felt like there was a few weird rooms down on the first floor. But as the night grew, it kind of just stagnated. I personally, I'll say around 11 o'clock at night, wasn't really feeling much with like ghost activity. I wasn't hearing anything. There was a few weird sounds we heard, like some of the heavy doors kind of slammed shut. We were never really able to find those doors or kind of prove which one it was. So I can't say if it was spiritual or if it was the kids wandering around. I don't know. But for me, that round, I didn't feel much or even see anything. So it was still pretty cool, and I want to still thank Adams State for bringing us back.
Hello guys, it's Sam. I wanted to talk to you guys about our recent investigation up at Adams State University. We investigated Conour Hall, which was one that we stayed in on our last visit up there when we did Richardson for the second time. But like, I definitely couldn't sleep that night. I don't know if it was just the excitement of investigations or just something was going on, but there was a mention that there was a being that scratched people there, which Keegan was pretty excited about. But in most cases, we find out that like if there's something demonic there or very evil, Keegan passes out immediately. So, I mean, we always knew that of him, but this is just proof. So I wasn't really expecting to investigate at Conour Hall, but when we were invited to come out same year to investigate Conour Hall, I was pretty interested, and it was definitely pretty fascinating. When we initially got there, Gavin's brother was there, like just hanging out with his brother while we were getting the keys, and he swore he saw something out of a specific room, so we made that one of our focal points of putting something there. And Keegan brought a decoration, or a Halloween decoration doll that was supposedly haunted. I mean, the weird thing with it gave him like an electric shock. I didn't feel it the first time, but when we were bringing it to a different room or back to its original spot, I definitely felt the electricity like walking behind him. So I'm not sure if that thing actually had something attached to it or not. It was just definitely weird to have like that electric pulse from something like that. I don't know, there was moments that we felt something and was being drawn in certain places, but other than that, I didn't think that there was too much there. Whether or not whatever was there can actually just roam the campus, like my other members have probably mentioned. It could have easily went to like potentially Richardson Hall, or it wasn't like trapped there because that's where it like worked. Like the janitor at like Richardson could be just at Richardson, whereas this one was supposedly a student that unfortunately hung themselves, and it could have had free reign to go wherever it wanted to, so it wasn't forced to stay there. Other than that, their investigation group definitely were getting more of a feeling than we were, but that also could be because it was a student, so they feel more connected to them opposed from us outsiders, essentially. So there could be something there, and it's just something that we couldn't pick up, but like the students there that are in their group could vibe off of, because we were outside before we did like one giant group kind of roam around the building, and we were in comms with Gavin, and you can tell his like calm demeanor kind of went aggressive, and then was just like really depleted, like his energy was pulled out of him a little bit. So it's definitely interesting. It was definitely fun. Look forward to checking it out again. Maybe the first time was the warm-up, and maybe next time it could get crazy like Richardson. Richardson was kind of about the same way, where it was a whole lot of nothing, and then the second time it was more comfortable with us, and so it like showed itself more. So curious to see if we have that same experience at Conour Hall. On the cameras, we caught some interesting things too, that some of them we kind of wrote off of certain things, but like some of them it's hard to really tell.
So the final part here today is kind of evidence, and unlike last time, where we did capture some really, really cool evidence in Richardson Hall, especially like Gavin being touched or that face coming up in the auditorium, we didn't really capture anything too concrete this time. And you know, this does happen when you go on investigations. It's not like you see on TV, unfortunately, where you capture something every time. We do have, you know, we saw a lot of dust, and it was kind of easy to write that stuff off, especially with how many DVR cameras we set up and where they were set up. You would see at least somebody walk by, and then you would see like what people might think of as orbs fly by, but we kind of wrote those off as probably just dust that people had kicked up. There was a couple anomalies that we captured, and we'll kind of just do a basic here. You can see some of the stuff. Again, nothing too crazy or too interesting, but I think once you start kind of putting everything together with the 3 investigations we've done now at Adams State, it's a really kind of neat little collection of evidence we have. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this little montage of stuff we caught. Again, nothing too major, but let us know in the comments what you think.
We heard a ghost. We're gonna go out. We'll let you help. Alright, let's go slide. Well, do you want to hand them the camera and stuff, or? No. Cause it's hand them the camera and stuff, or? No. Is this doll your doll? Yeah. If so, can you walk in front of these dots and move the baby's arm? Is this doll your doll? Yeah. If so, can you walk in front of these dots?
Alright, so yeah, that kind of wraps up our Adams State University Try 3 video. This time, again, we were at Conour Hall. You know, Sam, my brother Colin, and myself again want to say thank you to Gavin and the Adams State Paranormal team for inviting us back out. You know, we enjoyed all three of our times out there, and you know, hopefully we can come back out a fourth time, and who knows, maybe we'll do Richardson Hall again, or maybe we'll do Conour Hall, or both, or a whole new building. You know, I think there's a lot of history, like I said earlier, with that whole little region of Colorado. I think there's a lot kind of going on with UFOs and ghosts and cryptid sightings, so something's going on. And yeah, we've enjoyed our time, and just so thankful for the opportunity from, you know, everyone back from when Jordan invited us to Gavin this last time having us come back out. So stay tuned, maybe we'll be doing some more Adams State videos here, and we definitely want to do some more paranormal videos, get back into it here in Castle Rock, and you know, maybe New Mexico. You know, we go every year, so maybe we'll hit some of those spots. But until next time, for more of our, you know, paranormal investigation review videos, click that link over here. For more about us at Culz Paranormal, click that link to my left. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know if you've ever been a student at Adams State University. Did you experience anything weird? Tell us in the comments below.